Good evening. I was just looking over some YouTube feeds and some blogs and came across Tim Henderson's blog about the Red Heifers. I just need to say this. We are ill informed about the Red Heifers because a reporter from Israel 65, I'm sorry, Israel 365, just beat the eardrums of those Christians and us that listen to these posts about the red heifers and basically dumb down everybody that follows these posts about the red heifers. Uh, I just want to say this for people that are secular and don't really follow the whole story of the red heifers. I tried to follow it um, because of what happened October 7th. They're not going to announce the actual sacrifice. And that actual image of the altar was something from 20 years ago. CBS reported it as the altar that was going to be sacrificed. They're not going to sacrifice it there. There's a lot of misinformation. So I just wanted to say this. Do I think it's significant? Um, Becoming more skeptical of these reports. Um, do I think it's important to the return of Jesus Christ? Yes and no. I think that Jesus is going to come despite whether there's a sacrifice of the red heifer or not. He already said he was coming, so he's going to come despite that, whether it's happens or not. It's not going to have any bearing on the return of Jesus Christ. Is that a sign of the soon return of the Lord? I don't believe so. Um, I just think it's another step forward in the agenda that's happening. Um, I'm just a skeptic anymore about what I've been reading and watching. I think there's a lot of misinformation or information that we get, and we got to filter a lot of it. I used to believe that a lot of the stuff that is, of course, this is all Old Testament stuff. It's not according to what I think the Lord has what was prophesied about the Lord. Like, I know what it means about the red heifer. I understand that, but I don't really think it's going to be relevant to the return of the Lord. Do I think it, at one point in a past post, did I think it was relevant? Yes, I did think it was relevant at one point, but I'm starting to change my beliefs as far as that goes. Um, the Israeli Gaza war, I have to say this, with the aid worker being killed, I think this war has definitely taken a turn for the worse. When innocent people are getting killed in the war, it's definitely going to take a different direction. Um, there's so many protests about Israel's role in the war. That brings us to Psalm 83. That definitely looks like more of an obvious reality. But I don't want to get into that because that's for a preacher to get into. People are saying that Donald Trump is definitely looking like the forerunner of the possible candidate for president of the United States. Now, I've been watching some reports on that on Stephen Gardner's his page on YouTube. I I don't get into politics that much, but it does look like he has a strong lead. We should see what's going to happen with that. I'm trying to skim over some stuff, but sometimes when I watch these prophecy news channels and news updates, I get a little, I don't know, disingenuous because you get flooded with so much information that you almost get a tone deaf, if you will. So I try not to get disgruntled or disenfranchised or just annoyed. But you can't help it. You see a lot of um, information come through, and the most significant are the natural events to me. Like, naturally speaking, the April 8th event to me is more of a obvious natural event. To me, that's more tangible. That's something that we all are going to watch and see about what's going to happen. Now, we could speculate what could come of it, but after seeing the Taiwan earthquake, there's definitely something to the magnetic pull or gravitational pull of the earth causing possibly more earthquakes like that one in Taiwan. So we should watch for more activity. As far as that goes, that's my update on what I think is going on. But I just want to reiterate, because we're messianic or Christian, or Christians who don't know much about the red heifers, that doesn't make us stupid. It's just, to be honest with you, there's a lot of people that will dumb us down about these topics. And I see it in the comment sections sometimes when I watch these reports, that there's always somebody that thinks they know more than somebody else. We're all here trying to learn as much as we can. We're all here learning. We're not here as experts. I never claimed to be an expert. I'm just sitting here learning, like as if I was on the other side of the camera. So I try my best to learn as much information as I can and glean as much as I can from the information. Thank you for listening, and God bless you, and have a good night.